Yes, my beautiful people, what is going on? It's creamslice. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and doing your best to enjoy life as mundane as it can get. This is me giving you a daily blessing in saying have a great day. So before we get into the build, Titan mains out there, Void Titan builds are fantastic, and we have got one of my old favorites that I thought we would try in season 21 just to see how it kind of fares, and boy, it is still as powerful as ever. So as we know, the Void Titan build comes with survivability, plenty of power-ups, and with this build comes plenty of destruction, and we are talking about destruction in the shape of a flying shield bash. That's right, we are going to be rocking the peregrine Greaves with this build, which will give you a 200%, well, an over 225% damage increase to your jumping melee, especially with all the power-ups we're going to be adding to that, weakening, debuffing enemies as well. So when you think about master lost sectors and champions, when the grandmasters come out, you should easily be able to one-shot champions with this build. Taking note, I'm currently 1786 in this lost sector, so it's going to take me about 2 hits to kill a champion. We have a whole host of benefits, so I'll break it down. We'll get straight into the build. So we are going to be rocking the peregrine Greaves. Basically what they do, all shoulder charge abilities deal bonus damage when activated in the air. So please make sure that you do your shield bash when you see the peregrine strike in the corner of your screen, otherwise it won't work. So the great thing about this is it offers a massive 225% damage increase to your shoulder charge, and obviously with the Void subclass we can add to that with weakening and all that good stuff. I'm rolling with the suppressor grenade because it stuns overload champions as well. When we talk about aspects, we are using Bastion paired with this build, because casting our barricade will give us that 50% overshield to us and our allies if you are running master nightfalls and all that good stuff. So if you can keep dipping in and out of this barricade, and it will refresh the timer, which is super important. And then offensive bulwark, when we have an overshield, our grenades recharge faster and we have increased melee range and damage. So this is where it all kind of starts to come in together, how we build the power up of the peregrine strike. So what you will do, rule number 1, is stun your champion first off, and then if you have any weakening grenades or any effects, throw that down. Throw your barricade down to activate offensive bulwark, then proceed to lay that motherfucker out with your peregrine strike. This will take your peregrine damage from 200 to 25% up to I don't know what, but trust me, you will be one-shotting everything. If you are in level with any activity that you plan on doing, like legend lost sectors or master lost sectors, you will definitely be one-shotting champions with ease. So we'll head over to the fragments. So we're using Echo of Starvation, picking up a Void Breach, or Noble Power grants us Devour, which will feed into our ability energy with our grenades. Then we have Echo of Obscurity. Finishes grant us invisibility. So say with me running these lost sectors, I'm 1785. I will not be one-shotting champions right now. I'd probably leave them in finisher position. So with it being harder content, I want to go invisible to give me an escape plan. And then while doing finishes, this is going to be a flex slot, so feel free to swap this out. I just like this because I can make enemies volatile around the target that I'm shield bashing. So final finisher, final blows create a burst of damage that cause nearby enemies to become volatile. And lastly, we have Echo of Undermining to weaken our enemies by 15%. With auto rifles having a recent buff inside of PvE, it only makes sense that we use a Monte Carlo with this build. So the Monte Carlo method, dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully recharge your melee with a kill. So the great thing about this in harder tier content, with me and myself being as low as I am, I can just hit my target with the Monte Carlo and it will give me chunks and chunks of melee energy back, allowing me to do another peregrine Greaves strike. So this pairs so well with it. Not only that, it works with barrier champions this season as it is auto barrier. And then the great thing about this, what you can do is it works like swashbuckler. So every time you get a shield bash kill, it will give you ×5 on Markov chain with this weapon, making it easier to slay out. So with this build, you can use a weapon with repulsor brace. It worked amazingly. Just depends on the activity that you're running and the champions you're trying to stun. So as we look, I'm running 100 resilience. Get your strength up as high as possible. Obviously, with the Monte Carlo working with its perk, you only have to damage your enemies to refresh your ability energy, which is super important with this build. On the gauntlets, I'm using bolstering detonation and momentum transfer, so getting melee kills will give me class ability energy, and then bolstering detonation causing damage with our grenade will give us class ability energy back, because the gameplay loop, as I specified before, you want to be using your barricade every time you try to take on a big target, because that is what is going to bump your peregrine Greaves damage up all the way up. And then we have heavy handed. This is going to spawn an overpower every time we get a shield bash kill, which will also proc devour and all that good stuff. On the helmet, we've got void siphon and kinetic siphon to also create orbs of power, and then heavy ammo finder. On the chest piece, we have charged up. This will allow us to carry at least 4 stacks of armor charge. On the Greaves, we've got elemental charge. So when we pick up void breaches, which we are going to be making with the mods that we've already got equipped, this will act as armor charges. And then we have stacks on stacks, making it really easy to get 4 stacks of armor charges. So with the armor charges, you're going to be using them with explosive finisher. This is going to give you your grenade back straight away, because obviously if you are running harder tier content, you want to be weakening your enemies before you do a shield bash. If you don't need to weaken your enemies and you are in light level, then you can leave that out and maybe use it for 1-2 finisher to get your melee back straight away. And then we have powerful attraction. We are going to be collecting these orbs of power easily. Really solid build. The gameplay, like I said before guys, is really easy. So that's going to be me and the build. I hope you like the gameplay. Thank you for watching again. As always, much love to you all. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you have nothing else to do after this video, give the Warlock build another watch. My people, I love you all. I'm creamslice. Peace.